What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Booth Podcast. My name is Ken, along with my co-host
Dom.
and welcome to episode 45.
45.
45. Dude, I know we're gonna get a little like sidetracked, but like 45 episodes in, it's just crazy. Like I know 5 more, we're at 50, then halfway to 100, then 110 from 1,000. Like damn, bro.
Yeah,
I'm proud of us.
It's kind of crazy.
But yeah, let's just jump straight into it. This is the podcast where we talk about life, love, and deep things you can't talk about with anyone else. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And this podcast is really meant to it's just basically a conversation with two best friends, and that's it. You know, what we say is not the truth, but it's what we feel.
Yeah, I feel like it's just like we're guides to
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
journey
yeah.
that you're on. If you've ever if you clicked on this video, it's most likely because you're curious of the journey, and just like kind of helping yourself figure out your life too, because this is about being lost.
Yeah, and you guys aren't alone in this. Trust me. Like there have been many times where I've always felt lost and just felt like I was alone. Then I realized once I got out of it, it's like so many people are experiencing this or have experienced this.
And it just gets worse.
Yeah,
Like it just gets worse.
yeah. But yeah. Anyways,
yeah. So let's get started. We're gonna talk about like kind of our lives first, and then we're gonna move on towards all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Because like right now, me and Ken are entering, or at least we have entered our 20s.
Yeah.
And
well, I'm 1 year technically, and I'm
technically
halfway. I'm
like,
halfway into 21.
Yeah. How has
And,
it been 21? You're legal in the U.S.
I'm legal everywhere.
Yeah.
That's amazing. But I feel like I'm still a kid, bro. I'm still a kid. Like people think I'm like 24, 25, and it's funny because deep down, like yo, I'm a fucking kid.
Yeah.
The fuck, like why do you think I'm that old, bro? Right? And a little part of me asks because like I want to get gassed a little bit. Like, hey, you're pretty mature, I'm like, all right, thank you, I knew that. But yeah, it just feels weird.
Yeah.
I sometimes still feel like I'm not my age.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's like, yeah, you're 21, but I don't feel it. Like I still feel like I'm a little lost in myself. I'm still trying to figure shit out.
Right.
And 20s, you're always trying to figure shit out. It's like I thought you'd always. I thought I'd have it right.
Yeah, I because like people used to tell me when I was in high school, like that I've matured too early for my age. Like I've had teachers, because I've had deeper conversations with teachers.
Yeah. On
like a philosophical level where it's just like I'm talking about life, and then they're just like, wow, you're wiser beyond your age. That's what I've gone. And I do think that I've been forced kind of to mature a little too early, to the point where it's like sometimes I catch myself, I'm like, wait, I'm 20.
Yeah.
Like why am I thinking like I'm 30 and I should have everything figured out? Like, and then I watch other people giving advice to 20-year-olds, and it's just that you're not supposed to have anything figured out, because your 20s is your time to figure it out.
Yeah, that's true.
Like you're supposed to like understand and like get to know who you are, because you don't really know who you are. You think you know who you are, but you don't.
Yeah.
Like these are the trying times of like what your identity really is.
Yeah, and I feel like that happens especially like right after graduation.
Yeah.
Yo, to those of you who graduated, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Because we know how you guys feel, because this is just a disclaimer, but a good majority of you, and I'm sorry, a good majority of you will probably like drop your course, drop your program, drop out.
A very solid
or
percentage.
even enter academic probation. Like from the friends that I've had since like first year and everything, so many of us have done that. I fucking dropped out first year.
A lot of people have dropped out. A lot of people have, again, like you said, academic probation. Some people decide to just like take the year off.
Yeah.
And that's all completely fine.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of friends come up to me, go like, yo, like I'm doing this, like I'm taking the year off, or I'm dropping out, or and then it's almost like I get it. You want to come to me for reassurance, and I have no problem with that. It's okay to take a break. You're young as fuck.
Okay,
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I really do think that if you need to take the break, take the break.
Yeah, it helps a lot.
I would not like even when I become a parent, I'm not gonna tell them you have to go to school, you have to do this, because it's absolute rubbish.
Yeah,
like it's ridiculous. You can't expect a 20-year-old to have it figured out.
True.
You can't. Even a 19-year-old, 18-year-old.
Dude, I feel like between 18 and 19, you feel really lost.
Yeah,
I don't know how to explain it. It just happens.
Yeah, I always just have a bad feeling after any graduation. Grade 8 graduation, felt like absolute trash
Mm-hmm.
because I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna go to high school. I don't know what I'm
Yeah.
gonna do in high school. And then after high school, it's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not in any university. What's gonna happen? And then now, I mean, I still have yet to have my graduation,
Yeah.
but I've technically finished my school, and I'm over here like, oh, dude, what am I gonna do with my career? Because this is what's gonna like, you know, be my thing forever. And I still like am conflicted. You know, that's just how life is. Like, we're just not gonna know.
Like, I feel like life is just about experimenting with a lot of shit. You know, because I mean, like, for me, I want to be a computer engineer. Tried it, not my thing. And you know, let me be a shoe designer. Tried it, not my thing. Now, clothing, that's my shit.
Yeah.
Podcast, that's my shit.
That's
You
a
know?
weird thing to say, right? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't even think.
Like, nah, it's so weird. I'm like, yo, it hits me sometimes. Like, I have a fucking podcast.
Right.
Like, I remember this one time I was at work, right? So when I got recognized for like one of the first times, right?
By the way, just for everybody, you guys are fans. If you're in Toronto and you recognize me, please say hi. Ken has gotten everybody. Everyone has swung Ken's way. And I don't know, just feel like the sitting duck.
Maybe you should go out more.
Shut your mouth.
But yeah, I remember this one time when I first got recognized. I was chilling in the corner of my work. I was eating my breakfast burrito
Nice.
or egg wrap from Tim's, and then this guy comes in the corner, around the corner. He's like, Ken. In my head, I'm like, do I know this dude? And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna act like I know him, right? And he's like, the podcast, right? I'm like, oh, and it hit me like, I have a fucking podcast.
Yeah. Like, we
I'm
forget.
like, oh shit.
It's
right?
funny because I even forget because I'm usually just working every day.
Yeah.
And like like the podcast is like a whole different life. Like when we do this, we do it for like what, an hour of the day?
Yeah.
And then
roughly.
we never like touch it again. I mean, Ken does, like he posts it and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but I don't like my life doesn't surround this thing. So then when it happens, I'm just like, oh right, we did that, we filmed that, right? Like, I forgot.
But yeah, like I felt lost for so long, and then when everything just started coming together, it's like, whoa, this is weird. You know, because feeling lost is so hard, and you never see it coming because it's just like you're going downhill, and everything seems so normal,
Right.
you know. And that happened to me especially back in like when I dropped out, because it was normal to me. And then once I dropped out, I'm like, oh shit, now it's hitting me. Like I'm losing myself. Everything I've built up myself to be shattered. Right. This isn't me. Like, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck is Kenneth? Right. Damn, it sounds weird. Right. Yeah. Who the fuck am I? I'm like, I just dropped out of my program. I'm like, what do I have? Nothing. Literally fucking nothing. And I was like pitying myself. I'm like, this feels weird.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, it's like you dug yourself in a hole and you're trying to like escape, but there's nothing that you can hold on to like climb out. Right?
I think one thing about feeling lost is like when you're so like focused on moving fast, like moving forward, going on to the next thing, going on to the next thing, and you've gone all this way, and then you look back and you're like, what happened? Like, how did we get here? You done so much that you forgot to acknowledge the process, the journey.
Yeah.
And you've gone so far ahead, and now it's like, oh, I don't know where I am now. Like you just thought go, and now it's like, oh shoot, I lost track of what's going on. Like that's where I am at right now, because during my school year, it was just like all these different events happening in every part of my life. And then I finished school, and then you guys know my dad passes. Things just fall out of my life, things that I thought I'd have forever, or at least for like a very long time. And they left me before I could even say goodbye, really like be ready to say goodbye.
Yeah.
So I'm over here like, what's next? You know, like I don't know what's next. I did so much throughout my time that I didn't like acknowledge like to being present. You know, and that's where you could feel lost at times, where it's like you thought so much far out in the future that once you get to the future, you don't know what the hell's going on. Now. You're like you don't know how to stay present.
Yeah.
And now it's all past you.
Dude, I felt that before many times, where I'm thinking too far into the future, trying to get there.
Yeah.
And like I just like neglect everything.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like, nah, I'm too headstrong on this. I want to do this, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm just doing that shit. I burn out, and then I'm like, dude, where has the time gone? Like, I have no time for myself and whatever. And I'm like, I was just like subconsciously losing my shit. Right. Like I never told anyone, but it's like I was losing my shit because I'm like, I am so confused on what to do next. Right. It's like, what happens?
You
Like
get so
you're
far ahead in
yeah.
the future that your present now becomes your past.
exactly, and that's scary
Very.
because you lose so much. Because I've been single, you know, so I'm very curious. I'm very curious. Can you lose yourself while being in a relationship?
I think it is easy to lose yourself in a relationship if you don't love yourself.
Oh,
Yeah. Like if you stop learning how to love yourself and you just give more devotion to your other person, it's almost like you're investing like think about investing into the stock market and you just put your whole bank account in there.
yeah.
You lose it, it's gone. You're not making
Fair,
anything back.
fair.
Right? So it's the same thing with when you deplete yourself of your own love, giving it to another person that you don't know how to love yourself. And then if that relationship ends, you're pretty much back to square one. You have to reestablish how to like learn to love yourself again.
Mm.
So yeah, 100% you can lose yourself
I
in a
thought
relationship.
it's not that I thought it was a myth, but I'm like I didn't think it was. I can understand why people lose themselves in relationships if like you're too indulged into it. And what I mean by that is like you kind of just like you form one person together. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like
because
you are
sure.
them, they are you.
Yeah, it's a form of unity.
Yes, exactly.
100%. I think the thing is like from my past experiences is like the girlfriends that I've had,
Mm-hmm.
it's usually like they're like my best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're like an extension of myself.
Mm-hmm.
So in a way, it's like you're loving yourself,
Yeah.
right? But when it becomes like, obviously you're not, they're not completely like you're like you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're giving a lot of that there to like this external factor,
Mm-hmm.
you just lose what made you happy because you're doing all the things that make them happy.
Yeah.
You know.
Damn.
So
Because I remember like many times where people would just like give up all the things that they're doing just to like, you know, cater to them, become
Yeah.
them.
yeah.
And then literally like who the fuck are you if you take yourself away from your relationship, right? It's like are you just that person's girlfriend, that person's boyfriend? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, what do you really have going on? If like
Yeah.
you kind of need to like,
Yeah.
in my opinion, you guys can bash me on this all you want.
Okay.
You
There you go.
guys can like you guys gotta like do shit. You know what I mean? Like have things going on for you, right?
Stay independent.
Yeah, stay independent, but still grow like together.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because in my opinion, the moment you guys just like form like unity and whatever, it's great. It's great. Don't get me wrong, but it's like don't. Oh, I'm gonna get bashed for this shit.
You know, it's okay. I kind of get what you're saying.
Like I think I'm wording it really bad.
I think this is for those people that don't feel like they found the one yet.
The one.
Don't, because I had experienced this, and this was partially on my fault. Don't live a marriage in a relationship.
Go on. That kind of hit.
Don't live
That kind of hit.
Don't live a marriage in a relationship. Don't go on a wife's salary in a girlfriend role. Yeah.
Damn. I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
I'm at fault for that one for sure. You know, where it's like you put so much pressure on like a person, and the pressure's on in the relationship where you feel forced to make this relationship work into like how it would be if you were to get married. And now that I'm in my 20s and I am single again, gang.
Welcome.
This guy said welcome. Okay. But it's like you're young, stay independent, stay living your life. And you know what's I want to ask you this because I saw this video recently. It's like, how do you know that you found the one? How do you know that you found the one?
Shit, bro. I don't
Do you think
know.
you can find the one?
I think it was you who said it's like you can't really find the one. It's more like they kind of become the one, right? Because if you constantly search for the one, it's like a needle in a haystack,
Right.
right? Like don't get me wrong, it's worth it,
Yeah.
but it's gonna be very hard. And sooner or later, it's like, sorry, I'm not one. I don't want to be like Ted Mosby, where like I get married in like fucking 50s or some shit.
Right.
Like, nah, I don't want that. You know, it's like everyone's different, right? Who's to say she's the one? Maybe you want like certain things about her, right? So like everyone's fucking different. You can't. I understand you have like standards for a person, but like, what if someone goes well beyond that and you can't? And they're great for you, but you're not great for them. You get what I'm kind of saying?
Yeah.
So I don't think I'm gonna say. You just know the most basic answer.
You know what I love? I saw this and I saw someone's video real quick, and this resonated with me. How do you know you found the one? Just be like, I don't know. Just whoever's with me right now, that's the one. And if that's not the one, the next one is the one.
I get that. I get
right.
I get that.
Oh, she's not the one. The next one will be the one.
Yeah.
Because like that's as simple as it gets, right? Like take one step after the other. Let's not rush to the top. What are we doing?
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's not this one. Maybe it is only one step. It's just the one person.
Yeah. It's good to have hope.
It is.
To believe in that.
But if it doesn't work out, it'll work out the next one. And then the next one, and then the next one. And it's easier that way.
Yeah.
Simplify it. Don't overcomplicate things. Don't stretch out your expectations. Just let it be. That's what I've been learning in this, because the reason why this topic is coming about is because I felt like I was very lost a month ago.
Yeah.
And we out here, resurrected, feeling better.
Thriving. That's my favorite word of the year, thriving.
So it's like, just be present. Whatever's happening right now, it's not going to last.
I think you said it in the last podcast, like, anxiety is when you think about the future.
Yeah.
And then I forgot you said that.
And depression's when you're living in the past. So it's like, just be present, dude.
Yeah.
Like, as hard as it is sometimes, because, you know, things can get very overwhelming and things can be like draining. Just finding your way to just appreciate the little things. Yeah. Like I now just like sit down when I'm in a cafe and I'm just appreciating the coffee that I'm having. The chocolate croissant I just got. And then like just journaling is super important. Like being able to bring yourself back. Yeah. That's why independency, very important in a relationship.
100%.
Otherwise, deuces. Good luck. You're gonna lose yourself.
So yeah, I had this point where I just wanted to add to like about the moment part. Live in the moment. Right? I remember seeing this one video. It's like, live in the moment, because you know the future will bring you stress if you think about it too much. But if you live too much in the past, you're bringing like regret with you. So learn how to live in the moment, like not just with your partner, but also with yourself. Enjoy what's happening right now, because if you think too far off into the future, sometimes without knowing, you create false hope for yourself. Right. And false hope for like the other person, and for them to live it up to this expectation that you're withholding within them, right? And that's horrible sometimes. Like, don't get me wrong, it's nice to think about the future. Just don't think about it too much. Like, work on the things right now to create that future. Right. You know what I mean? Like, not just with yourself, but also with the other person. Right? And yeah, it's like
sometimes people jump to just like the image of a house and they forget that it just takes brick by brick. Yeah. Right? You know? And it's just like, like you said, the more you think about the past, you're just carrying baggage. Yeah. You know, the more you think of the future, it's like this big weight over your head. It's like, let's just keep it in the middle. I feel like when you're in the present, you're just very clear-minded. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of fighters' mentality is like, let's not think about what we're going to do to this guy. Let's not think about like what he's been able to do. Once we fight mano a mano, that person is who that person is right now. Yeah. And we got to focus on whatever thing they throw at us. You know, we're not thinking, you can't predict these things.
You can't like anticipate it.
Don't anticipate. You anticipate, that's where you get caught. Yeah. Like you think, oh, he's going to throw this punch. And then boom, you get caught. Like that's what happens. Yeah. So it's like, just react. Yeah. Just flow.
Like adapt.
You know what Ken likes to say? Just vibe.
Just fucking flow, bro.
Just flow.
Like I don't think too much into the future, because before, when I did, like I actually lose myself. Yep. Right, because I stress too much on something that might not even happen. Right. So then like my anxiety peaks. Yep. And then worst comes to like it literally doesn't happen. That's it. And I stressed over nothing and I wasted time. And that's how you lose yourself, in my opinion. Right? Because you just gotta be in the moment so you don't stress. Like stress is like the one thing that's gonna cause you to lose yourself, in my opinion.
100%.
Like stressing not even just about the future, but the past. Like maybe I shouldn't have done that. You know, stressing about these decisions. I'm like, shut the fuck up. That's the past. Right. You did what you did. You said what you did. You may have fucked up. Admit it. Then go on. Carry on. That's literally it.
One point I wanted to add was just like, when you are feeling like sure, we're saying don't stress about it, whatever, all these other things. Yeah. Allow yourself to.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Just let things pass. Like, you know how we
okay, yeah.
You know, I used to worry so much about like all these things that are happening in my life and just like stress over it and just like, oh my God, this is the end of me. And it's like, well, it's not the end of me. And this will pass because it's passed before. Like I used to hear Kenneth go like, you've gone through this before. It'll be okay.
Mm.
And it's like, fuck you, like you don't know what you don't know what you're talking about. And for the most part, it's okay to be like it's okay to be a bull where everything's like
it's like rampage and shit.
yeah, just everything's like
be reckless for a bit.
It's okay. Like as much as those moments come, just acknowledge it and acknowledge that it will pass in due time.
As long as you're working towards to make it pass.
As long as you're always working towards yourself, like towards a better version of yourself, whatever setback happens, whatever like downfall, it's all gonna pass in due time. It's all a humbling experience that things are gonna get better. I saw this one thing that goes, when things get tough, when things get difficult, when it gets to the point where it'll cut you open, when it cuts you open, what is gonna be presented to you? Is it gonna be? Are you gonna sit, bitch, and moan, or are you gonna boss up? Are you gonna be like invincible? Are you gonna show what you're capable of? And that hit me, because if I'm gonna put on this front, this ego that I'm tough, I can handle whatever happens to me, and then when the going gets tough, I just don't get tougher. I like bitch out and I complain. Who am I to say how strong I am? Yeah. So that hit me. Because like I've been reading this book, Obstacles the Way, by Ryan Holiday. Yeah. And when I read that part, I was just like, oh shoot, like he's right. Like what is to come of me? You can't be a general, you can't be a leader, you can't be like like how war generals are. When something happens and it's like, oh shoot, we didn't anticipate for this. Leaders don't look at what happens in their life and go, oh, we're fucked. Yeah. No, they put their head down and go, what can we do? What can we make the best out of this? Yeah. And they keep fighting back. That's what mindset you have to have. Obviously, I don't know. I can't speak for how women deal with things, but for men, it's just like, you got to keep your head down. You gotta do the work.
You got to stay focused.
Yeah, you got to stay focused. The moment that you let this deteriorate your focus is the moment that you will die. Like obviously that's a little harsh, vulgar way of saying it, but you will die. You will lose yourself. Yeah, for sure. And it happened to me multiple times, and now it's just like my mindset's like it's zen, but not zen. Like I'm content with things going sideways.
Yeah, and you're kind of like aware. Yeah, like damn, you're where I am, bro.
I'm who?
I just realized you're kind of where I am.
Yeah.
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 I've had this mindset where it's like, I'm like living in the moment, and it's not that I anticipate it, but it's like I know something bad could possibly happen. Yeah. But I don't want it to come, but I stay prepared. Yeah. Right. And when it does, if it does so happen, then it's like I'm ready to adapt. I can change my route.
Like I'm basically where I was when I shot my film, but like just for everyday life now.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, things go wrong. So what? Like, the toughest people move forward. Yeah. So yeah.
Like I know it's easier said than done.
100%.
Because sometimes when something bad does happen, you just want to
you want to cave.
Yeah. You want to give up. Like giving up seems easy. And like, but what's harder is actually trying to get through it. Because there are times where you just want to fall. Yeah. And you just feel like you just can't do it.
But like, again, don't like, I said it's okay though. Yeah. Like it's okay to let things happen. Like some days that I have that are bad, I go, okay, this is a bad day. Like that's it. Like you can't control what's a good day, what's a bad day. If it's a bad day, it's a bad day. Let it happen. Because then tomorrow's another fresh start. Yeah. Like you can still make the most out of a bad day for sure. But if like you're still feeling sadness, you're still feeling upset, let it course through your body. Let it course through your mind, your heart.
Like be human.
Like just embracing it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you can't have the roses without the horns, or the thorns, sorry. So
that was good. And then you fucked up. He was cut it
up. But it's like that is how it is.
Yeah, you know I mean?
Like, yeah. I've just been embracing everything. Like when I have a bad day, it's like, okay, it'll be bad. Whatever. Yeah. Like just do what you're set to do. Because I have like these routines now. It's like, gym, journal, read, work out again. And nothing's gonna change that, whether I'm feeling sad, bad, whatever. Get through it. And then, you'll be happier that you did what you set out to do in the day. versus the if you don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just let you be you.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Like literally like a couple days ago, I had like a really shitty ass day
Yeah.
because I was like exhausted and everything. And I'm like, okay, part of me just wants to work on like my clothes right now.
Right.
But I'm like, I gotta relax.
Let yourself be
Yeah,
human.
exactly. So I was dead as better like working my clothes. I'm like, I told myself, yo, Kenneth, shut the fuck up.
Right.
You know you need to rest. I'm like, I know. But like I told myself, but I'm like, nope, shut the fuck up. Right? I'm like, you gotta relax or else you're gonna burn out even more. I'm like, you're right. So I just ended up like sleeping a little early that day.
Yeah. Like I think what we all lack is like not all lack. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say it. We don't all lack this, but there are times where we're not allowing ourselves our self-awareness. We push our conscience away.
Yeah.
Like, no, shut up, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, no, dude, listen to us. Like, this is how we get better.
Yeah.
You know, just knowing that this is what's best for us is what will change, you know,
Yeah.
the events of our lives. Like, of course, if you listen to the voice all the time of like, hey, man, just rest.
Yeah.
You will get weak for sure.
And you're gonna stay still when everything else is moving.
Yeah. But when you just keep working at it, you know, no matter how bad the day is, and then when the bad days come and you can finally let yourself, like, allow yourself to go, we've been working hard. Let's take ourselves easy today.
Like go on a little splurge if you want.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, that's good. That's really, like, I'm at it right now. So
like make sure, reward yourself from time to time. You know, because, dude, I remember I did that. I still do it kind of, just on food.
Right.
A little bit sometimes on clothes, a little too much. And it feels nice. Like,
once in a while, you deserve it for sure. You know?
But dude, we just went off on that.
Yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to keep on with that one. But like next one, it was careers, like, losing yourselves in careers, because a lot of us are graduating.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people, at least if you're not in university and if you did college, the college route, people are graduating our age.
Yeah.
If you're in high school, you graduated. Sorry to the people that didn't graduate high school. Because the pandemic.
I forgot about that.
Right, so.
Yeah. But yeah, losing yourself in your career-wise and everything, it's hard sometimes because you think what you want to be doing is that, then it's kind of false as shit. Like I've heard so many stories where people, I finally achieved, you know, this title of doctor, whatever. Later on, they become like a millionaire. Yeah, and it's like, what happened? You know, like, don't get me wrong, that's a nice transition. But it's like, you just kind of, not, I wouldn't say wasted, but, you know, a good amount of your life was spent for this one thing, only for you not to do, you know, actually do it.
And it's tougher for people with the entrepreneurial mindset.
Yeah.
Not tougher, but like, because entrepreneurs know how to pivot, which is the best part. But like,
thank you.
Right? But when we're like, you have the entrepreneurial mindset, it's like, oh shoot, I can do this thing, but then I could do this thing.
Yeah, no, I know.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
much.
oh no, what do I, like, people tell you, stick to one thing. Right?
I don't like doing that. I hate that advice. I know I should do it.
It's true though.
I know.
It's true. If you want to succeed in one thing or multiple things, you have to focus on one thing after the other.
Yeah, I know.
Right? It's bad advice for people that like think too much ahead. Like you.
Yeah, yeah. Because like, I have this, I spread myself way too thin sometimes.
Yeah.
I did it many times before where like, I can do a podcast, I can make clothes and do some other shit. Dude, like I was barely making any progress on like any of them.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
But now it's like, I know I can handle two things at most.
Yeah.
So like the podcast, I'm fine with, and making clothes, I'm fine with. Like those at most, that's like the most I can really handle.
Yeah. Right now,
myself.
I feel like that. I feel the same thing.
Right. It's like I've like, well, because the podcast is doing fairly well.
Yeah.
You know, something I can kind of like leave it alone for a bit and cater a little more to the other things.
In weird ways, I feel like because the podcast is just the both of us.
Yeah.
We can kind of split, but not really, because I know you do the content stuff.
Yeah.
But like split it in a way, it's like, oh, I know Dom will blah blah blah, and you can blah blah blah. Like, it's not too much pressure.
Yeah.
But the other stuff, it's like, I get you.
So hold up. Disclaimer: we know we're only 21, 20, so careers might be a little short end, but you know we'll still talk about it.
Yeah, I think we still can.
Yeah.
Because like we've had many, like, I mean, career. We don't know yet.
I mean, this is gonna be one of it for sure, 100%.
But like feeling lost in it, for sure. We're in it right now. Where it's like, at least I've graduated. You're about to graduate soon, right?
Next year, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Like, what's next?
But for some reason, I might seem cocky.
I'm not worried.
Exactly.
Like, I'm worried, but not worried.
I'm not worried at all.
It's like this, where it's like I'm worried because it's like I don't know what to do, but I'm not worried because I know I'm resilient.
Yeah.
You know, I can
get
adapt.
it. I get it. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not too worried because like I'm not those people. No offense if you guys are one of those people. I'm not one of those people that went into school and graduate and they never wanted to do that thing in the first place. You know what I mean? Like I'm not working towards nothing. Like I know I got something.
Yeah. Sorry. This just brought up like a whole thing. So many people lose themselves in their careers or their, school life because they're doing what their parents want them to do.
They identify themselves with what their parents want them to do.
Exactly.
So then they lose their identity for sure.
Right, because like, I know.
It's like a different type of imposter syndrome.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because dude, you're doing the shit and you're not liking it, but you're forcing yourself to just to make your parents happy. Like I get it. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm literally just finishing this degree, this course, program, whatever you want to call it.
For you.
Well, no, for my mom. Yeah, for my mom. Yeah. Like, I love the program. Don't get me wrong. It's something I really want to get into, but I still want to drop out.
But it's good, though, because you get, like, at least the,
okay, my last thing is just the backup is just a job.
Right.
Really, that's my backup. I know a lot of people will just say, like, oh, my backup is just to, like, do something else or whatever. I'm like, literally.
I still respect those people, though.
Yeah, I do.
I respect you guys, for sure.
I just have a different mindset.
Yeah. Right? It's not for me.
Yeah.
It's not for us.
But yeah.
We don't feel that.
Yeah. But yeah, when your parents tell you like, oh, I want you to become this and that, it's like, you're going to lose yourself, man.
Yeah.
Because you're not, those 4 years or however long your program is.
Oh my days.
You're not going to feel like satisfied. You're going to feel unhappy that you're following in someone else's like dream just because they can't achieve it. Mm-hmm. It's like, why are you building this legacy for them and not for yourself? Right? Yo, clip that, Ken.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, it's sad, because I remember one time my mom told me like, I want you to like become a pilot or whatever.
I mean, I guess it depends.
Fair. Like,
sometimes it's not too sad because
if they have the same view.
Well, it's not that. It's like you get to building a legacy for them is in a weird way a beautiful thing. Because it's like you get to. If you love your parents, like you get to kind of like achieve the dreams that they never had. If that was your dream, too. If it's not your dream, of course it sucks.
Like I remember I was listening to like Drake's recent album.
Okay.
And one of the lines was like, or was it Drake's recent album? I can't remember if it was Drake's recent album or Take Care. Anyways, not important. Basically he said like, my mom wanted me to be like along the lines like be in an office job. Right. And then, be corporate, get executive shit. But then he's like, but now I own my own business and all of that. And now my mom respects me. And I'm like, you took a whole different route.
Right.
You just skipped it.
Yeah.
Right. But like, it's along the same lines. So I get it. But I'm glad like he didn't like succumb to like their wants and their needs. Right. It's like, yo, do your own shit. Because if you don't do what you want to do in life, you're really going to lose your shit.
Yeah.
Right.
I've been watching Creed recently.
What?
Creed.
Oh, okay.
Creed, and it's just like about like legacy. And of course, like in the movie of Creed, Adonis kind of just follows Apollo, like what his dad did. But like making a name for yourself, figuring out like, yes, maybe it's the same path as you, but making it your own path as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I can't relate to those type of people, right? I think that's a beautiful thing for sure.
Yeah.
And like just being able to kind of like, I don't know, find your own footing.
Yeah, like don't just be called, oh, that's Adonis Creed. This is his
Apollo's,
son. This is Apollo's son. No, this is Adonis Creed.
Yeah.
Right?
And like the same thing can be said kind of like for us where it's like we're not trying to be like every other podcast. We're not trying to be,
We're trying to be different.
We're trying to be different, but with our like
we're just us.
Yeah, we're just us.
Man. We're not trying too hard or anything. Like if you guys like relate to the content and everything, that's amazing. Thank you.
Yeah.
You support us. We're just having a conversation.
Same thing can be said for everything. Like I'm not trying to be my dad. I'm trying to be a better version of my dad.
No, same here.
I'm not trying to be every other boyfriend that you had. I'm gonna try to be different.
I'm gonna be the one.
I'm not trying to be your first. I'm trying to be your last.
Write that down real quick.
I'm not trying to be your boyfriend. I'm trying to be your husband. Okay. I'm not trying to be everyone. I'm trying to be the one. I could go on for
Go
days.
ahead, bro. Go ahead. It's your
Shit.
moment. It's your
I'm
moment.
dropping bars. But you guys kind of get the gist what
Yeah.
I'm saying, where it's like, and just like when you know yourself, you don't worry about like the expectation of someone else's.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I lost myself because I was also thinking about what everyone else views of me.
Yeah.
Because while we're doing this whole social media thing, you get lost in not the numbers, but you get lost in how people view you. Like, oh, you're always going to bounce back on your feet. Oh, you're always going to be this. You're always going to be that. And it's like, what? I can't evolve.
Yeah.
Like, I can't be this, but better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're always going to be that. Like, it's almost like someone put a cap on you when it's like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, this is the best I can be.
Uh-huh.
And that's where I was sitting for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And now it's just like, shit, we version 2.0, 3.0. Like, it's just, I'm embracing me for my flaws, for my greatness, and just molding it into this beautiful thing where it's like, now I don't expect nothing from myself, and I don't think anyone else should either. Just expect the best you that you could be today. And then tomorrow it's going to be the best version of you for that day too.
Yeah.
And just keep going. Like, people don't acknowledge that they just think of what they can be, or what they should be, or what they were. I remember I said this too. I was like, I want who I was in 2019, man.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
I was saying that I want who I was in 2019 because, you know, he didn't need anybody. He was very independent. And it's just like, no, I want who I can be today, but the better version of me today. And it's been such a, how do I say this? Just like a very uplifting thing, but also like,
what?
I don't know what the word, I can't find the word for it right now, but it's like, it's just different. It's just, empowering, you know? I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, I know I'm different and I know I'm amazing. And I'm never gonna let anyone else touch this energy that I have, because it's so precious. You know,
I feel that, bro. I feel that, because like, especially this year alone, like I've told Dom like so many times. Yep, this is my fucking year.
This is year.
I've been calling the numbers. I've been calling every single shot.
Yeah.
So I'm like, when you have that ignited flame, you're just different.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying I'm different, but I kind of am.
It's like I'm flying too high, that I'm not letting anything touch me. You know what I mean? Like,
but I also don't want to get like too prideful, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, I know it's my year. It's gonna be good as
like, not too high up where it's like, you know, you're eventually gonna have a really big downfall. Yeah. It's like I'm steady.
It's like, I'm good. Like I'm like this, right? I'm like, so people will be like whoosh, or I'll just be like slightly going up, like the long haul. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For those of you that are on Spotify, he did something with his hand.
Oh yeah. So basically, think of like, how do I explain it? All right. So think of a bird going straight up. Right. As opposed to me, where I'm like on an incline, like steadily going up, right? So I don't burn out, but I know I'm gonna get there.
Yeah, not on an elevator, on a staircase. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going straight up, but you're like steadily.
Yeah, I'm a stare.
I'm a stare. Yeah, I don't
know what to say, bro. One of the more common ways to lose yourself is hanging with the wrong crowd.
Right.
Like I've done that in grade 10 before. And it's like, I don't know if you guys understand the term loneliness. I felt lonely within a crowd. Yeah. You know, and that seems kind of like contradicting, right? Like, how do you feel lonely? It's like, it's not the people around me. It's just within me. You know, like, I just felt like I didn't fit in.
Yeah. It's like, you didn't find your tribe.
Yeah. And I was hanging with the wrong people. And it's like, I don't want to be doing the shit that they're doing. Right. You know, it's like, and when I was doing whatever they were doing, like, you know, just chilling with like the wrong crowd, it's like, is this really me? Right? You were just like, I was like a fabricated person. You know, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I am. I don't know who the fuck I am.
It's funny because me and Ken actually had, like, prior to us like actually becoming friends, we had known of each other beforehand. So I did see like Ken's friend group beforehand, and I did see Kenneth and how he used to act.
How did I used to act?
Totally different.
Really?
Very different. He does not act that way at all anymore.
Like what?
I can't say on the podcast.
Okay, fair.
I can't say.
Okay.
Not like
okay.
you did anything bad. He doesn't do anything bad, but
Yeah.
it's like things that like he would probably embarrass you
Oh,
on this podcast.
yeah. Okay.
So,
Well, so let's keep
it's
it right
like,
there. Let's keep it
yeah.
right there.
But it's like, yeah, you become a whole different person, and you talk differently, you move differently, you know, in a not so good way. Like I remember when I was in high school, I just remember being around this one person a lot and often, and it was just a bad influence. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want to think the way that I thought because like. You know, who I was around. Like you have to spend your time with like-minded individuals, and then when you just kind of spend time with anybody, you kind of get like-minded like them.
Yeah.
And so if you were to spend time with, I don't know, like for guys, if you were to spend time with other guys that just like talk about, you know, girls and that like
Sex, weed, everything is like
Yeah,
that.
like-
That type of friend group. You guys know who the fuck we're talking about.
yeah,
Like that friend group that just only glowed up in high school and only peaked in high school and think they're just shit right after you know high school. Like you guys know that one.
you guys know who we're talking about. We didn't have to say their names, but it popped in your head. Yeah,
And it's like that friend group is shit.
yeah,
Because do you see them growing? Like no disrespect to
no,
them.
100%.
You know?
They don't.
But it's
grow.
like a lot of other people peak in like, you know, later on in life, like us. I'm just saying, you know. But yeah, it's like, but yeah, like I'm not trying to gas us too much or like be prideful, but it's like
for sure.
we didn't like how to explain this. We didn't indulge in like the bad shit,
Yeah, no,
you know. And I'm not saying like that's bad. I'm sorry.
no, it is bad
It's
for
very
sure.
Yeah, okay, it's the bad shit, and it's like we didn't surround ourselves with people who were just like that. Because I remember this quote. They're saying like the 5 people what was it? The 5
The
people.
5 people that you spend your time with is like who you are. Like I can tell who you are based on the 5 people you spend your time with.
So if you hang out with like people who are like
you
only
hang out
doing
with
that shit-
losers, you're gonna be a loser.
Exactly. If you hang out with people who just want to like get up there at the top and actually want to do better than everyone else,
Yeah.
then you're on the right track.
That's why like a lot of millionaires say your net worth is your network.
Exactly.
Right? So if you're spending time with millionaires, it's about time that you also get yourself in line with one of them too. And that's just facts. Like it just really is true. Like that's why like basketball, like teams, like those are your teammates. Like you're only as good as your best player. You know what I mean? Like if your work ethic is as good as your best player, then boom, you're gonna be a great team. That's just how it is. And so if you're spending your time around like absolute bums,
Like, dude, you're
you're
the next one.
reflect it. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
the next one.
Like think about it. Like no disrespect to those people. I'm like, where the fuck is your life going right now, man?
Yeah.
Like I remember talking to these dudes and like, you know, they had big aspirations. I'm like, where's that now?
Right.
You know?
Yeah,
Like,
there's some like people that me and Ken have met in our friendship where it's just like they've come up to us and just been like they have all these aspirations, but the difference between like again, I'm not trying to toot our own horn here, but like me and Ken, like we always kept ourselves accountable.
yeah.
Like whatever it is we wanted to do, we actually did it.
Yeah. And we like pushed each other to actually do it because I'm like, I don't want you to be all talk. Like, shut up.
Yeah.
Just do the work, bro.
And there have been people that have come up to us because we do what we say.
Yeah.
But they are still just all talkers. They're all the boy who cried wolf. They don't actually follow up with what they talk about. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
like,
Like literally, it's like hanging with the wrong people will always cause you to lose yourself because that's not you.
that's not
You know, and you know for a fact that's not you.
Yeah, you can feel
Yeah.
you can feel a certain vibration, like a certain energy. You know what I'm saying?
Like I remember when I was in like that bad friend group and I was doing it to fit in. I always felt like I was nothing. You know, it's like I knew what I was doing, but I'm like I was so scared to like get out there, do something different because I was comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, hey, at least you know I have friends, but like, why would you want to be with friends who don't give a fuck about you, who don't want to grow?
Yeah.
Right? It's better to be alone than be with that friend group.
It really is. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like I remember, I took my time off like alone, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I figured out so much shit, you know. And I was like growing like back then in high school, and like you know now it's like I have friends that I have a good support circle. I have good friends, and they go, and none of us like we don't want to put each other down anymore, right? We don't do that shit. We uplift each other, we push each other, we support each other, and that's what our friendship really is. And like we're always trying to get to the next level, you know.
And it's like the more that you are yourself, the more you are attracting those that kind of like match your vibrations.
Yeah.
You know, like more people that are like just like you. I mean, that's how me and Ken kind of like found each other, and that's how like we found. And that's kind of like how we've also like had other friends that we kind of like network with and like become friends with, because it's like, yeah, you just want to be around your tribe.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't see like, I mean, yeah, there are some cases where it's like friends that are like complete opposites of each other, but most of the time you vibe with the people that are like around your, like, for example, like if you're in nursing, that's just an example, you're gonna have a lot of nurse friends. Like that's just how it is, right? So you eventually find who is meant for you. I don't condone like getting into the bad friend groups just because like I don't know what's the purpose of them.
I will not deny the fact that they were fun though.
Like they're
That's
fun.
it. But it's only fun. That was only temporary.
They're fun, but you know, it's good to have those type of friends if you want to have fun, but you also have to have friends that really get you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Otherwise, like you're flying in the dark. You know what I mean? Like there's no purpose to this. It's like I can't lean on anybody if I need help. Like
no one's gonna like understand you. They're just gonna be like, hey, just have fun, bro. What are you stressing about? That's like toxic positivity, bro. If your friends are like that, yo, you gotta like leave. I'm telling you right now, right? And sometimes it takes courage to like actually leave those friend groups.
100%,
right? Because then now you're like out in the fucking world, lost. Yeah, and that's the most beautiful part. Because when you're lost, that's when you just start finding random stuff. You know, people, friends, whatever. Like you'll find a whole lot of new things. Like I found like my passion for like making clothes out of nowhere, right? And when I did it, ugliest piece I created, I'm like, it's fun. I like this. This is new. You know, no one's doing this shit.
Yeah, like I remember when I had first like got into film in high school. Like it was weird because during that time, all I wanted to do was make the film that I had made that entered a film festival. And I remember just like being more closer to my film, who I was close with in film, versus like the friends that I used to have. And there was at one point where it was like either you keep focusing on the film or you try out for the basketball team. And like, let's say I do try out for the basketball team. Those aren't the guys that got my back. They you know what I mean? They don't care about what I have to do, what I have to say. So, and it doesn't help my ambition. Let's say I make the ball team and what? You know, I don't, this is not for my career. I know I'm not going to be
you just gain high school status.
For sure. And you're not like, I know I'm not going to be
an NBA player,
a top NBA player. So what's the point of this? You know, it really was just for status, just for like to be popular. So I was like, all right, screw it. I'm gonna just do the film thing. And sure, the film thing in a way kind of like helped me with my, like, for what I saw as a social status. Yes, but like I love doing it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you have to do what you love. Otherwise it'll just be a temporary like fix for what you feel like you need at the time. But you know, now I look back at my film accomplishments, it's everlasting to me. Versus like, let's say, I didn't make the basketball team. Like that's something I could just bring up as a story, but it doesn't mean anything to me. It's something I know that means something to others. Yeah. And when you do something that just means something to others, what value is your life then, if not for yourself, right? Yeah, and
you just succumb to everyone else. Like you're basically a huge pushover.
You'll just become a book for everybody else. Like you're just trying to create a story that everyone else will like, rather than creating a story that you love telling.
That's meaningful to you. Yeah.
You know, going back to me not getting recognized for the podcast. It's funny because Ken has called me this. Ken called me the popular loner, where it's like a lot of people know of me, but like I don't got friends.
like you don't have like a set friend group.
I mean, I do.
Well, now.
Right? But like I don't like not I don't got a set friend group, but it's like I don't have friends that I like hang out with on a daily basis. Yeah. You know what I mean? That sounds so lonely. Oh my God.
Dude, it's
Hold on,
fine.
I'm having this moment. I just exposed myself to everybody.
It's fine. It's okay. I feel like there's a lot of people like that too.
But it's not that I don't got friends because I can't make friends. Because I know I can make friends. I've done it before. It's not like I'm not interesting and I'm like weird or anything. It's just like, I don't know. I just don't. I enjoy my company now.
Fair.
You know what I mean? Like I think you had this too before, where it's just like I'm alone and I fucking love it. Like I don't care whether I'm like with anybody or not. Because one thing I learned about myself is like when we had Cheryl on the podcast, she made us do this thing with like attachment styles. So shout out to Cheryl, and I just a lot of it was like, I have codependency. Like what was it? Avoidance and
anxious avoidant.
Anxious avoidant, yeah. And it's like I feel a sense of codependency from my upbringing. Because I have a fear of abandonment.
Damn.
Right. So, and the thing is, I remember I was telling Ken, like 2019 me did not care whether he was alone or with anybody.
Yeah.
Like I loved going on walks alone and all this and stuff. And so now I'm trying to go back to that. Right. And I have this past month.
Yeah.
Just been sitting at a Starbucks, just like, I don't care anymore. Like I just don't care. And when I stopped caring about being with other people, like my life just like, it just went up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like being comfortable in your lonely moments is a flex.
It really is. It really is.
It really is, because a lot of people, like for example, one of the worst punishments that you can give a person, you know what it is?
Solitary confinement.
Solitary confinement.
Okay. I thought it was like some like next mentality shit. Or
No,
whatever.
that's true. It's like
okay.
like the worst criminal. Think of it. They don't got a jail cell with everybody else.
Yeah.
They got their own cell, and they're stuck in their own hell, their own prison.
Yeah.
Right. So, but if you're able to find peace and comfort within yourself, and don't need to be happy with other people, even though like we are social creatures, I still believe that you should be talking to other people. 100%. I still do that.
Yeah.
But for me to be comfortable in my own like independency and my loneliness, it's just different.
It is.
You get a different sense of like gratitude for life.
Yeah, dude, that's literally like how I learned to love life. Right? I learned how to like be alone properly, like master my emotions and like really enjoy being in the present.
Yeah.
Right? And like I'd go on bike rides, I'd walk, I'd go wherever, I'd eat my own food, like whatever, like you know, like order Uber Eats, sit in my room, watch whatever. I was having so much fun. Right? And from an outside perspective, it sounds sad, but I'm like, trust me, dude, you learn how to appreciate so much more shit. You practice gratitude, right? Like I learned how to like, when I bike alone with my music, I'm like, you notice so much stuff. Like the sky is nice, it's beautiful.
Yes,
this is why I have like a new, like I've always had like a profound like thing to life. It's like, it's so beautiful. So like people get annoyed when I say that.
No, I get
right?
you.
Yeah, and they're like, now they're realizing like, oh, okay.
Right.
It's like, dude, it's fun being alone. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Like as long as you know you kind of like master your emotions, then being alone isn't dreadful. Right?
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of times, I'm pretty sure you guys can relate to this, like when you're alone in your thoughts, it's one of the hardest times.
It could be one of the most difficult and depressing things, because it's like you're your own worst critic, you're your own worst enemy. So sometimes when you don't learn how to like live by yourself, you just like attack yourself.
Yeah.
You know, like my brain especially has worked like I tell you about my brain. It works crazy.
Yeah.
And so when I'm thinking about sad thoughts, they multiply. Right. So for me to now just change my mind frame, right, from negative to positive, and that works like crazy. And it just ups the ante. You know, like my love for life is just upped. You know,
being like me.
I'm on the Ken wave, guys. He said this is his year, and I believe it.
I was just on it, and he's like, "Hey, let me hop on." I'm like, "All right, you know,
I might as well hop on the wave." You know what I mean? Like, there's something going on. Like, I don't know what it is, but if it's working,
hey man, you can't stop us. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm more happy.
100%. I feel impenetrable, invincible,
dude,
unstoppable.
Like literally, I'm just living, man. Yes. I'm living and making shit happen. Right? It's like I still feel like a kid.
Right.
We said it earlier. Like, I just feel like I'm a mature child.
That's what it is.
That's literally it.
That's the thing that I remember having one of the TikToks where we said like becoming a man is just letting the kid in you like mature, like you know, safely. And when I watched that back, first of all, I was like, whoa.
That's deep.
That was deep. Because it's true. Like this past month has just been like, I noticed that when I was in a relationship that there were a lot of things that I let slide. A lot of things that that I also used to have in me that I kind of like suppressed because I thought maybe this person wouldn't like it, and when I did it, they just kind of gave a face of disinterest or uninterest or however you say it. And so I was just like, man, that's not me. Yeah. And the inner like that's basically you telling the inner child in you to like stop talking. Yeah. You know when like you're with a kid or like with your brother and they start like getting all like weird about something they really love right now, and then you're like, stop talking. That's like what you're doing when you like get older. It's like you're telling the inner child and you just like stop talking, like this is not right now. Yeah. But you got to let it out. You got to be able to like, let it grow. Like, let this happen. And so that's what I've done. I had a great conversation about music. And it's weird because I remember that being something that I was very passionate in.
Yeah.
And in the past few years, with whomever it was, whether I was in a relationship or with friends, I never really brought that up. I don't know. It's just like something that I was either embarrassed about or ashamed about.
Yeah.
That if I had brought it up with other people, I don't know, they'd just get weird about it. And they'd think, oh, Dom's being this nerdy self again.
Yeah.
Insert the fart noise. Like, you know what I mean? Like from that How I Met Your Mother episode. But I had an insightful conversation about it. And it just made me realize, wow, like if I can be myself, like why would I stop that? Like I love being myself around people like this.
Yeah, why do I need to filter myself around a certain person?
Myself, yeah.
It's like you're you, like you're beautiful.
You really do lose yourself when you try to, succumb to other people's like standards and wants and needs. Yeah. Never do that, man.
I've done that before.
Been there,
dude.
Done that,
like I lost myself so bad. I'm like, dude, what am I doing? And like it never really just led up to like a bunch of heartbreaks and everything. It's like, and it's because it's my fault.
Yeah,
I'm changing myself for another person. Like, don't ever do that shit.
I really like to think that this podcast is allowing me to also just be myself because now, I mean, look at this wall. Like, you know what I'm saying? Look at the shelf.
Yeah.
I used to be like weird about these things because people like would be like, "Oh, he's a nerd." Like, I don't care anymore. It's like, what are you gonna say? Words. What's it called? Words.
Sticks and stones can't break my bones, but words can never hurt me.
I don't know what it is. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. That's how I feel. That's how I feel about it.
So you're like me. Yeah. You really are becoming me. What the fuck? Because bro, when early stages of our friendship with Dom, I was dead ass just the weird one.
No, you weren't the weird one. I would say that you were saying I love being weird.
Yes, and I love being myself.
That you were the weird one.
Yes, dude. Like if you guys knew me back then, I was just like all over the place.
Right.
It's like I talk about random shit, say a lot of bad random shit. Yeah. Right. And it's like, it was nice. I'm like, I don't give a fuck if you guys care about that or not. I'm gonna say it.
Right.
I had like no filters because I'm like, I'm fucking me. I love being myself. Right. And I remember once that we were at our friend's house and you made an impression. You were doing impressions of me. Like, oh, don't just be yourself, and you were acting all weird and shit.
Nah, I was. But you remember? I didn't say that, but I was doing a great impression.
Yeah.
Of you.
And to me, I was just laughing. I didn't feel like I was being laughed at.
Yeah.
To me, it's like, hey, that's how people perceive me. That's it.
I've been finding that too. Yeah. Where it's like people are making judgment calls on me, and instead of going like, ew, why does he think that of me? Or like, dude, stop, that's not me. Like, fix up. Like, now I'm just laughing at it. Like, that's what you think? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you can think that of me, but I know me.
Yeah, like so you can't control that.
I'm not in the place for being sensitive about it anymore. Yeah. Like, you want to think that of me? That's cool. Like, that's why I'm okay with the comments now.
Oh, okay. There we go. And that's why you reactivated.
I'm very good now. So it's like, you can't touch me.
Cap.
We just wanted to wrap it up with some great things. Where it's like, man, we know that life is gonna be super chaotic. Because at least for the time being, that again, I had everything happen to me. I just been having to learn how to deal with the chaos. Yeah, get through the storms, and just like shake it off. You know what I mean? Like, you're probably gonna have moments where, like, let's say, I don't know, you're moving out. You have to make new friends. You have to like literally leaving like your old life and creating a new one for yourself. Yeah, like that's hard. Like, although we haven't, it's scary. I've moved schools. Yeah, I've moved schools. Right, yeah. And it's like scary. It's like, oh, dude, this is like new. It's like, do I form a new self? Will they not like me? Will they like me or not? Like, that was me in OCAD. When I went to OCAD, bro, I'm like, okay, it's a bunch of people who are like into art and whatever, into design. I was amazed, and then I still felt like I was scared. Yeah. I was lost. I'm like, because these people are like doing things that are like making stuff that's better than mine. I'm like, dude, what? But then I like degraded myself for my own like progress and whatever. But then again, I kind of like finished my portfolio in like an hour. So like everything that comes by into your life is just all perspective. It's all attitude. You could either face it with positivity and enlightenment and encouragement for yourself, or you could look at it with pessimism and negativity. For example, like
that's literally like Marcus Aurelius' like philosophy.
you brought up a great point. Oh, sorry. You wanted to expand on that?
Do you want me to?
I mean, you can.
Okay, for those who don't know Marcus Aurelius, it's because I took philosophy, bro. That's literally it.
My bad.
Yeah,
My bad.
you know, I'm up there. Anyways, sorry, to back to like perspective wise, like, I forgot what he said exactly, but it's like control your thoughts and how you perceive things. You know, you can view it as like something good or something bad.
Right.
You know, and that's how you see the world.
Yeah.
And that's true. Like I see things in a positive light.
Yeah, like how you react to things is definitely super important. Like if you look at it as bad, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
But if you look for any good that you can find, it'll be better.
Like I remember one time we were at IKEA.
Right.
We had it recorded in the,
Right. Oh my gosh.
the
You can catch
process
my
episode
pessimism
1.
there.
I was like, we didn't find like the shelves or whatever, the things we wanted. And I'm like, it's fine. You know, we got here. We know what we wanted. You know, we know whatever.
To be fair, I was going through a rough time.
Yeah. And he's like, I forgot what you said, but it's like, can you like not think on the positive side or something like that?
I was like, we really came here for nothing, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, this guy's always thinking too positive.
Yeah. And I'm like, hey, we were there. We know what we want now. It's like, we know where everything is. So it wasn't time wasted. It's more prepared.
No. Now that you know everything again, you're right. You're right.
Thank you. You know how that's like my first time hearing that from you.
Oh.
Yeah. Praise me right now. Go ahead, say it.
Yes, you're right.
Thank you.
You're
Now call me the GOAT.
You're the GOAT.
Thank you. All right, anyways, go on your point. Sorry, I was off track.
But it's like, yeah, you got to be able to like, you know, just adapt, like adapting and just looking at it in a very positive and optimistic way. Like being friends with Kenneth, I've had to learn that.
Yeah.
Like I've had to really learn that. And then in my time of loneliness this past month of reading Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. If you haven't read that, go get yourself one. It's very enlightening where it's just like, yeah, you have to look at things on the brighter end or else you will lose.
Yeah.
And if things are gonna keep going bad, we'll just pray that, you know, you just land on your feet somehow.
Yeah.
like that's the best that you can do. Otherwise, just let those punches fly and hit you in the face, because that's the only way you'll really learn.
Yeah.
You know. So whenever anything challenging comes by nowadays, honestly, this is my perspective. When anything challenging comes, I'm just like, if it came my way, then it's meant for it to come my way.
Yeah.
Like it's like it's a challenge from God or whatever you believe in, saying you can handle it. I'm just like, here, test it out. You know, and whether you can't or can, it's like it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing, is like nothing is a big deal unless you make it a big deal.
True. Like the way I think of it, it's like there's a new challenge. I'm like, hey, learning experience. Let me see if I can actually really do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I failed. I'm like, hey, at least now I know what to do next.
I'm just in a very open mind. I think everyone's in an open-minded state. Like you and me are very open-minded.
I've been open-minded.
Okay, but
you finally caught up.
No, I was. At some point I was open-minded, and then I lost it. All right, I lost it.
Yeah, y'all hop into my wave. Get out. I'm a gatekeep now. No, but yeah, being open-minded, it's tough because sometimes there are so many times where I just don't want to be positive. Like, let me fucking like relax, bro. You know, let me think on the bad side real quick. You know, and as much as I don't want to, it's like I just want to like give in sometimes.
Yeah, no, it's very hard because sometimes when you're getting into all these new situations in life, you're just gonna look at everyone around you like, he's happy, she's happy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, no one's gonna understand me. Like that's how I felt for the longest time. Like, bro, I felt like I was the only one that lost a parent, and I was like, what? You know, no one is gonna understand what it means to be like an older brother. And then you see things like the comment section that we had of the other men in our comment section. It's just like, wow, like you're not alone. The thing is with whatever circumstances you've had, whatever problems you've had, the thing is everyone has felt the way you felt. Yeah. If you're experiencing heartbreak, I guarantee you everyone has had their heart broken. Or if it's just something very customized and different than anyone else's situation, I promise you someone either right now, a year ago, 2 years ago, or how many 100 years ago, they have felt the same way that you've been feeling and they conquered that. Yeah. So if they can, why can't you? Like just find the blueprint. That's all it is.
And if you say I just can't, like no, you're just like not looking. You're just giving up. Like that's the worst thing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry if that's harsh, but it's like, dude, just like stand up and just take the first step.
Yeah.
You don't have to take 10 steps, just take the first step.
Yeah.
That's literally it, and then you'll find a way.
Yeah. My number one solution, I guess, for people who have felt like they lost their way is just like self-improvement. Just like, it's just in general.
Yeah.
Like try everything. Because it's like, you know, it's almost like your problem is just like it's just a locked door.
Yeah.
And it's just finding the right key. You know, like for me, I was just like, damn, maybe it's meditation. I don't know how to meditate. And then I thought, okay, maybe it's just like going to the gym. But then for some reason, at some point, it was just like, this doesn't help. So then it was journaling, reading, and then I went back to the gym. I fell in love with it again.
Yeah.
And you know, even other ways of self-help, like splurging is actually a form of self-help. That's helped me too.
That's good.
Just like bringing different energy into your life that might be needed for your new change. Because some people are just like, they're stuck in their old ways. You're stuck in your old ways. It's like you can't look back into your past for something happy wherever you lost it. You know what I mean? If you lost your happiness back there, you're not gonna go find it back there.
True.
You got to bring some new things into the mix. That's why some people like buy plants and all this other stuff. Like it's just bringing new energy into your life.
And the whole plant part is like you're taking care of yourself too.
Right.
You gotta water it. Same way you gotta like, you know, shower yourself. You get what I mean. You guys get what I mean. Okay, I can't think at the top of my head. It's been a long day.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning into the episode, guys. That's been the Booth Podcast. It's been episode 45. Make sure to tune into the socials down below in the description. Follow, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, leave us a 5-star rating and leave a review. And if you guys have any questions or whatsoever, comment down below. You know, tune in for the next episode next week. And that's been the Booth Podcast. Peace.
Peace out. Wow. That was like 30 seconds.